Boy, do I have a special one for you. We're going to be going home and back to town. Maybe that'll give us some better numbers. I don't know. So that should be about at least an hour and a half, if not more, because we're going to be doing a bunch of running around. We might switch over to Facebook Livestream while we're in town doing things, and then come back to YouTube for the ride home. So it should be an interesting afternoon. I should have got myself something to drink, but just got to get gas, get out of town, and get back. Plenty of time to chat with all the hitchhikers. For anybody that's watching the replay, this ought to be a good one. First half is just going to be me, and then I'm going to pick up the wife, and we're going to come back into town. It'll be an hour and a half stream, and then probably what we'll do is switch over to Facebook live stream so our close friends and family can see us. And for the ride home, we'll switch back over to YouTube, because that's the majority of where my audience is here on YouTube. I did pick up 2 subscribers this morning. That was good. So if you haven't seen me before you scroll away, I stream Monday through Friday here on YouTube. Mornings are a little bit more consistent. Afternoons, not so much. Hello. So this stream, normally I stream for about an hour. That's about my commute into work or home, whatever. But this stream is going to be a little bit different. We're going to be on here for a while. We may switch to Facebook for our friends and family. And then later on this afternoon, we're going to have another stream for the ride home. I have coined a nickname for you guys, my audience. You guys are a bunch of hitchhikers. If you don't know what a hitchhiker is, it's somebody who bums a ride or whatever. But this is going to be a long afternoon for sure. So you're going to get an extra stream here on YouTube today. Friends and family are going to get a bonus stream while we're in town. It's always a fun ride. I talk about all kinds of crazy random stuff, mostly about my faith, you know, the vision that God's given me for a farm, a way to start building up a community around that farm that can learn how to operate that farm and teach other people how to operate that farm. We got to do it ourselves first, but if you subscribe and click on the notification bell, you will be notified when I go live. That's That's an interesting one. I'm glad I got a couple of likes so far. Again, we're going to be streaming most of the afternoon. We're going to take a break from YouTube later on, but we're going to be on here for a little bit, at least an hour and a half, if not more, maybe closer to 2 hours. So there may be times where I don't talk at all, but if you leave a comment or a question or a prayer request or a praise of what God's doing in your life, at some point when I stop, I'll read it. I will read your comment, your question, whatever it may be. Probably going to do, so this week I've been doing Q&As at some point during the trip. This stream, there's probably going to be 2. Later on in the evening, probably late afternoon stream, when we come back, we'll do another Q&A then, but definitely put in your comment, your question. That's kind of how this works, right? Okay, right about there. Let's see what you had to say. M. Good one, M. I think the next letter is N. Maybe. So for those of you who are watching and don't know what I'm doing, you might want to grab a seat, grab a drink, get a coffee, something, hang out. Normally I only stream for about an hour. This afternoon's a little different. I've got to run to the house, then we're going to run back into town. That'll be the end of this stream. Then I'm going to go stream on Facebook for friends and family for a little bit while we're in town, but then on the ride home, I'm going to come back on later and stream again. We talk about all kinds of stuff. You know, one guy tried to offer me a Nintendo Switch 2 the other day, and I was like, I don't even play video games. And one guy the other day gave me a hard time about not having any teeth, and I was like, so what? What are you guys into? Farming? Faith? Freedom? Everybody likes freedom, right? How's your day going so far? Anybody interested in interacting with me? Or am I just talking to some numbers on a screen? A couple of people have commented, sure. Here we go. There's a couple more. Thank you. I appreciate that. Give me a subscribe if you're interested in continuing to watch. Be a hitchhiker. That's what I've coined you guys as. You are my hitchhikers for the ride, wherever I'm going, whether it be home, back to town, commuting to work. I've got, 3 hitchhikers right now? I know I'm going to need something to drink at some point here. You know, I've got some Crush sitting at the house waiting for me. I'm probably going to skip I've already skipped one of my regular stops because we're running out of time. It's 2:25 right now, and I've got to get to the house, back into town. Like I stated before, we'll probably try to stream on Facebook for our intermission on YouTube. We get a little goofy on the Facebook streams, but over here we're pretty not serious. We still joke. When Cheryl's in the car, in the truck. The only thing I have to rely on is the comments that I'm able to read when I can read them. You smoke, ew. Well, you know, it is a gross habit. Something I've been doing for, 25 years. I keep forgetting that I can flip the screen when I want to smoke a cigarette. And for those who are believers and have a problem with me smoking, Jesus himself taught it's not what goes in a man's mouth that defiles him, it's what comes out of his mouth and comes out of his heart. It's the way he treats people. So the way you treat people is what defiles you, not the things you put in your mouth. There's lessons in the Bible, there's lessons on moderation. So I answered that one on the fly. But thank you for the comment. I appreciate you watching. Appreciate all the likes. If you think somebody might find this entertaining or interesting or whatever, hit the share button. Send it to your mother, send it to your father, whatever. See what they think. Maybe I'm talking crazy, I don't know. You're in the UK. It's night here. Yeah, it probably is, my friend. It's I'm on the eastern seaboard of the United States. Up north, I mean, there's 6 inches, 8 inches of snow on the ground, and that's normal for us. When I left the house this morning, it was -1 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in Celsius for you guys. If you guys use Celsius. Pretty cold for most people, but I've lived here most of my life. Yeah, it's probably what? 5-hour difference, I think. So it would be what, like 7:30 for you? I was watching a video on YouTube last night, talking about kind of how time zones came to be. And at least in the US, I know that there was some pretty serious train accidents, rail collisions, caused by the variation in time that the timekeepers had. So they had to kind of set specific time zones so that wouldn't happen again. I don't know how it works in other countries, why everybody went to time zones, but yeah. Now, is that Celsius or Fahrenheit? And you guys get more rain than us, don't you? See, we get what's called lake effect snow. It all comes off the Great Lakes and between New York and all the other New England states. We just get covered in snow. Like, the roads are clear, of course, because we have the right machines, but it's nice to see the like numbers going up. Nice to see the view numbers going up a little bit. Normally I stream Monday through Friday on the commute to work, on the commute home. Today's no different, except I'm driving home, picking up my wife, and we're driving back into town. So that's at least an hour and a half, and I'm only maybe closer to 2 hours stream. And I'm only, I don't know, 20, 25 minutes into the drive. So we're going to be here for a while. If you want to leave some comments, some questions, prayer requests. Hi. Praise of what God's doing in your life. maybe just a praise of what's going on in your life. You know, you've got a new job, a new vehicle, pay raise. Oh, and the yawn count begins. 1. Oh. For those who weren't around at the beginning of the stream, I was mentioning that I put out daily devotionals Monday through Friday. They come out at noon over on the Patreon page. There should be a link in the description. If not, it's patreon.com/brotheralec. There is $1 a month membership over there where I put out weekly topical studies, deep dives. I've got a poll up right now, even though I've already selected one of the options. There's 2 more options on that poll that you guys can have a voice in. You get to decide what the Patreon paid membership tiers have for the next study. It's the most recent one was God's wisdom is not hidden, and the one before that was spiritual maturity. No, it's not a highway. It's a 2-lane road. 1 lane of traffic heading in each direction. That's pretty much my commute, is that kind of traffic setup. It would be inconvenient for me to use the highway. Let's see. I can't read the name, but somebody asked, where are you going? I am heading home from my day job to pick up my wife, and we're gonna go back into town. That's why this is gonna be a longer stream than usual. Normally it's only about 50 minutes to an hour, but I'm doing that one way, and then we're coming back through. I'm gonna stay live the whole time. There may be some reconnection issues because of where I'm living out. You know, I live out in the countryside quite a ways. It's 26 miles from, you know, the local town that I work in. But once we get back into town, we're going to take a little intermission. We're going to take a break from YouTube. We're going to go over to Facebook and stream for our local friends and family while we're in town. And then later on, we're going to do another hour-long stream on the ride home. So we're going to be pretty busy on social media platforms and whatnot today, this afternoon. If this light turns red, I might have a chance to read through some of these comments, but I don't think it's going to happen. Well, that means I'm going to have to wait another, 20, 25 minutes, depending on traffic. To read some comments and questions, but please leave some comments and questions, because I will get to them before the stream's done, for sure. I mentioned in this morning stream that I'm trying to build this organically. You know, my Q&A, my question and answer section for time was inspired by my mother, actually. She got on, it was a stream from last week, I think, and she just made the comment of, why not stop for a Q&A? And I've tried to keep up with it. I've tried to... Oh, yeah. Was that your comment that got hidden or deleted or whatever? Yes, I am a faithful Christian man with a faithful Christian wife. That usually makes the numbers drop to 0 for a bit. But that's all right. I'm still putting out the content. I'm still gonna do what I do because I can. I wholeheartedly profess my faith in Christ every single stream in one way, shape, or another. I'm not going to preach at you the whole time. I'm not going to thump you with the Bible. I will quote or paraphrase scripture from time to time, just because that's who I am. My life verse for the first 2 years after I got saved was 2 Corinthians 5:17, where it talks about being a new creature in Christ. When we become saved, when we convert to Christianity, we become a new creature. We're supposed to put away the old ways, and it's not a perfect, 100% conversion every time. I know a lot of believers that they still may drink alcohol or smoke cigarettes or smoke weed, marijuana. And I find it frustrating sometimes when I see pastors of churches, like brick and mortar churches, that thump people and beat them with scripture, saying, "Oh, you got to stop smoking cigarettes, you got to stop smoking marijuana, you got to stop drinking." Well, my response is always, what about moderation? Just because they can't moderate themselves doesn't mean I can't moderate myself. I don't smoke 4 packs of cigarettes a day. I do smoke cigarettes. I don't smoke weed all day, but I do smoke weed. Well, when you do this at least twice a day, and it's from the heart, I'm not reading from a script. It's just me. I have ADHD, I have OCD, I have oppositional defiance disorder. It's a pinball machine up here most days. I do this. Part of the reason why I do this twice a day is to journal me for future generations. When I'm gone, I want people to look back on this and see, well, this guy was a hot mess, and then eventually got to the point where built this, not a farming empire, but a farming business, which is also part philanthropy, making the world a better place, so that when I leave, people will remember that because of God, this happened. I want to build not just one community based around farming or raising livestock or learning other skills that are associated with farm life or vehicles. My skill set is in changing oil in vehicles, changing tires, that kind of thing. Tire and lube tech. My second job, when I go, I work on outdoor power equipment. This time of year we're doing snow blowers, generators. During the summer we do ride lawnmowers, push mowers, weed whackers, side-by-sides, ATVs. But I'm sure there's people out there who have a skill set that I don't. I've had a hand in building the tiny houses that we live in, or the tiny house that we live in, but I couldn't have done it on my own. I had help, I'll admit it. And at least having a hand in building your own shelter would give people a different appreciation for having shelter. This stream I've talked a lot more than I normally do, especially in the morning streams. I don't talk as much just because, well, I guess I wouldn't say that. I talk a lot when there's people commenting. If I see that comment bar start going up, I'll take a peek over and check it out. it says 3 people watching, 5 likes. I don't get a notification of new subscribers or anything like that. But even if you were already subscribed, go share this on whatever you use. Boy, that was a hard burp. Whatever you use for social media, Facebook, Reddit, Instagram, Twitter, or X, whatever it's called now. That would be much appreciated. At this point, I'm probably 20 minutes or so, 15, 20 minutes. Glad to see everybody. That's all the hitchhikers that have joined me. Don't fully understand because I'm not English. But if I understand correctly, I hope you will be okay. Yeah, I'm fine, man. No, the reason why I'm doing a long stream this afternoon and another one this evening is because I'm going home to pick up the wife. We're going to go back into town, do some errands. Once we're in town, we'll probably end the stream, but that's still over an hour away. When we're in town, we're going to stream to our friends and family on Facebook. We just have fun with this. And then once we're headed back home, final ride home, we'll come back onto YouTube and do another hour stream. I really enjoy interacting with you guys, and I'm glad I've got a lot better numbers today, this afternoon. Like I was saying earlier, I don't know if anybody was watching, but I'm English. Do you have any children? Yeah, I have 3. You know, in my past life, before I was saved, I fathered 3 different children with 3 different mothers, and God love all of them. The mothers and my children. One of them just turned 19 back in November. My wife has, to count it right, 5 children. So between the 2 of us, we have 8, but none together. We have a fur baby. We have a cat. His name is Frog. Frog, which stands for fully reliant on God. Well, easy fella. Let's come down a bit. Set cruise control. Yeah, there we go. So, see, I probably haven't mentioned it since I got on the big road here. I do put out daily devotionals Monday through Friday over on my Patreon page. They're free. You don't even have to sign up for a free membership. Patreon.com/Brother Alec. There should be a link in the description. I don't know if it's clickable. I don't know how that works. But you can go over there, check out all the devotionals. We're working our way through the book of Proverbs right now. For those who might be interested in supporting the ministry, for $1 a month, you also get, on top of the free devotionals, you get weekly topical deep dives, studies. The most recent being God's Wisdom is Not Hidden. And the one before that was Spiritual Maturity. I just, like I said, it may seem like I'm, thumping people with the Bible in my content, but that's kind of what we have to do, right, as content creators, is to put out as much content on a regular basis as we can. I was counting it this morning, and between 2 streams a day, and YouTube AI cuts a clip out of each of those, so that's a total of 4 just by turning the camera on. And then, of course, my devotionals, those are all scheduled. I've got them all written out. Those are all scheduled, so that's another piece every day, so that's 5. That's 5 a day. It's 25 a week. Say 26 counting the devotional, or counting the topical studies. And I've just recently started over on Facebook. I've had a page for a while that I wasn't very consistent in posting on. That would be Christian Fellowship Guild. It's something that I started a long time ago, and I'm just now getting to the point where I'm consistently posting over there every day. And those kind of, I guess you could call them a study, maybe a devotional. I don't know how those things are defined, but those are the words we use. And that's a devotional a day, just specifically for Facebook. So that's another 5, so 31 pieces of content every week. And today is going to add a little bit more because we're going to be streaming. Oh, let's see if I can block the sun here. Not really, 2:48. So we'll be streaming at least until, 3:30, 4 o'clock. And that's just getting back into town. Bye. Where you going after you pick up your... We're going to drive back into town. It's kind of how we drive back. I'm driving back into town. We've got some errands to run. We got to maybe meet up with some people. I'm not sure. But after we're done in town, we're going to be driving back home. While we're in town, we're going to be streaming to our friends and family on Facebook, because streaming on Facebook out here, it just cuts off and it doesn't do what I want it to do. But I've got, let's see, I had 4 hitchhikers. I'm now down to 3. That must have been, what, Shinsu? I don't know how to say that. She must have taken off. Maybe not even a female, I don't know. But yeah, I appreciate you guys for riding along. Still got a lot of riding to do. You're in Turkey? Oh, and it's 11 o'clock at night. I'm sorry, man. Don't stay up because of me. Unless you want to. I did notice, I was looking at my analytics the other day, and there are some people that do watch from basically the other side of the planet. Turkey, one of them, obviously. Poland, I saw on there the other day. A lot of older folks. Not saying you guys are old, but the analytics show that 45 to 65 plus. Mostly men. Mostly United States citizens, but of course I have people that are watching, probably sitting in bed or laying in bed. That's all right. I'm spreading the gospel, man. I am a wholehearted believer in Jesus Christ. If anybody makes the decision to turn their lives over to Jesus, I would suggest finding a local preacher. I'm sure there's preachers in Turkey. There's preachers all over the world. Somebody that can help you. It's better to do it in person, I think, than over a live stream. My local church. Nobody's home. dog died in 2021. That sucks. That's a big reason why I didn't want to get a pet, is because I've had pets that died, and I know how hard it is. I don't even know if that person's still here, but I hope so. I had a cat. She was the runt of the litter when I got her for free from a yard sale, and I was only 10 or 11 at the time. And man, did I love on her. Her name was Boo. And we named her that because she would hide under furniture and stuff, and when you walk by, she'd hop out and try to pretend to attack you, of course. And I couldn't be there when she died. Sure, we can love on them. I love on everybody's pets. Dogs, cats, it don't matter. People used to call me the pet whisperer, because even one of our friends in town has Spaz, the cat, and he does not like larger people unless he's been around them a lot. So every time I go, I try to, to him. Sometimes he comes over and sniffs my finger. But yeah, I mean, it's hard losing that kind of a loved one. Yeah, it's late for you guys. I mean, if I could stream a little earlier for you, well, you guys might like the morning streams if you want to join the morning streams. For me, it's roughly, so Eastern time, roughly 7:15 to 8:15 in the morning. Yeah, like I said, the afternoon stream can vary because sometimes I do work for another employer in the afternoon. It's great that I'm talking to people across the world, man. That is a blessing. I've never been able to actually see people commenting where they are and what time it is. And, some of you guys are in the UK, it's late at night. The other person's in Turkey, it's really late. It's almost midnight for them. But I'm glad you guys take a few minutes, come on, leave some comments, leave a question. I'll be answering some questions here actually in about 5-10 minutes. I'm almost to the house. I have to deal with the school bus. I didn't think it's almost 3 o'clock and the bus is, probably late bus. Wow, they've stripped that truck almost down to nothing. Oh yeah, here we go. Another stop. I don't know if the bus is stopping just to pull over, but the flashing lights are on. I don't know what you're doing. Oh, maybe the city plowed Mark's old place out. Well, yeah, I've definitely had better numbers today, and I thank you guys for that. It's starting to look like it's gonna start getting some regulars in, maybe some subscribers. If you get my hint, maybe the like button if you haven't already. such a beautiful world. Every once in a while I'm driving these back roads and you can look out, like I'm about to cross over a stream here, and you can just look upstream and see the wilderness out there, because we're kind of on the back side of my hometown here, and everything, you know, back in the woods here, it's just all wilderness. Got a road out here called the Stud Mill Road, and it cuts right up through the wilderness that I'm talking about. It's the old logging road. Oh, haven't got it in a minute. That's good. Oh, here we go. Just remember, we're only halfway through here. I'm gonna shift here because the wife's gonna get in. Make sure no traffic's coming. Such a bad corner. Last summer we had a gravel truck roll over just down the road from the house here. Oh, come on, get in there. Yeah, that should give her enough room. Give a little. Oh, does the horn not work yet? There we go. I didn't mean it to sound that aggressive. Yeah. Come on. Some batteries here, cords, and whatnot. Boy, it's a loaded. Let's see. Alternative signal. Okay. Rashonda Clemens. M. Alicia. What is that? Alicia Gethin? 3 times in a row. Hello. Oh, and Alicia's the one that said, oh, that shouldn't be locked. Alicia Gethin said, you smoke. Ew. Oh, she might actually still be on here. Sorry if seem like I'm making fun of you, but you don't smoke. Ew.
Some people have.
She's in the UK.
Different opinions. Some people smoke, some people don't.
It's like -2 here in winter. She liked the video that eventually. Shin 5-H1U. Hi. I didn't ask where I'm going. Alicia asked, you on a highway? Where you going? Cold there right now? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, there was a message held for review, and they said, I'm sorry, I didn't know you have a wife. Yes. You're talking so good. It's wonderful that you speak without hesitation. Really? Question mark. I don't fully understand you because I'm not English. But if I understand correctly, I hope you'll be okay. Yeah, fine. Do you have any children? Yes. I'm English. I don't know if you're English. Then we were talking about the dog died in 2021. And then Shin 5 Hayu, whatever the name is, gotta go to bed because some of these guys are in UK, Turkey, like Shin Hugh. I'm in Turkey and it's 10:50. I'm still in. Of course you are. It's awesome. Now you get to ride one hitchhiker. I've told them that the whole time. You guys are a bunch of hitchhikers. And now you guys get to ride for another hour.
You definitely now picked up a hitchhiker.
A real hitchhiker this time, my wife. I should have had you get me something to drink.
Water?
Oh, that's right. I swore. I'm sorry. Yeah, that sucks.
Stop it.
It's caffeine.
Water's is good for you.
Yeah. There's water in my coffee, water in my soda.
Summer's coming, and you're gonna be drinking some water.
All right, now we drive to town. I told everybody a little tradition. I'm gonna try and do the Facebook stream while we're in town.
So that
Practice
way
for
the
Saturday.
get on.
Yeah. And then
I know. Go to Bangor and Brewer House where I have to go.
bank.
Yeah.
Yeah. It glitches, yes, because we're way out in the middle of the woods. You're also on the other side of the planet. It's laggy. Well, once I get out on the big road, it doesn't do that,
on the
right?
main road, it doesn't do that.
So just hang on, hang tight, don't go anywhere.
Plus,
Tell your friends.
my phone was being stupid. It let me in, but the comment bar didn't even come up. So it's like, yeah.
But I had, geez, I don't know, 30-something people at one point. Okay, let's try to, so you guys don't have to watch when you smoke a cigarette. Let's try this. The hat's probably in the way. The phone's probably not up enough. And flip. That's all you're gonna get. My gloves and trees. Why are you in woods? Because that's where I live. I live in a tiny house out in the woods.
And I like it that way. I don't like living in town.
I mean, I didn't mind it. It was nice to have
It was nice
quick access to everything.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to own that apartment building.
But I like the fact that up here I have no neighbors. It's quiet.
Except you meet all kinds of potential neighbors every time somebody comes to look at that property. Hey, do you guys want to help me buy a property? That would be super awesome. Then the only neighbor we really have to deal with is Pete.
Yeah.
And he's not even there all the time.
No.
Well, it's like an abandoned house. Which one? All of them? So would you rather see this than my face? That's a question that I might get answered pretty quickly. I might stop and reposition that so that it's pointing the other way down the road. Maybe not. How many people are going to guess where I'm at by that?
Yeah. And he's probably not even on YouTube yet, so he wouldn't be.
Who?
Carlos would be the first one that I know where you are.
Well, yeah. He's been up here.
I'm like, kid, don't tell everybody.